Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman?
Coming in, unfortunately, we knew it was going to be a little messy, but it's just something we felt important that had to be done, that should be done. So, but like I said, just some accountability.
All right, buckle up, because the drama surrounding Dolton, Illinois' Mayor Tiffany Henyard has just hit a whole new level. And trust us, it's wild. If you thought politics was all about boring town hall meetings, think again. Henyard is knee-deep in scandal. And this one's got everything millions missing: lawsuits, power struggles, and yes, even an eviction notice. We're talking about a real-life soap opera playing out in the suburbs of Chicago, and it's all coming to a head.
The legal appointment, that's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps.
Let's kick things off with the latest development that's got everyone talking. Henyard's facing a massive legal battle, with prosecutors reportedly dragging her into court over a $10 million scam. That's right, $10 million. And if that's not bad enough, a Cook County judge has issued a restraining order against her, blocking some very bold moves she tried to pull. What kind of moves, you ask? Oh, just a little something like appointing her own village manager, police chief, and attorney, all without the approval of the village trustees. Can you say power grab? Now, you'd think when a judge steps in and says, hey, you can't just do that, most people would back down, right? Well, not Tiffany. Nope. She's out here defying court orders like it's no big deal. The trustees are furious, and honestly, who can blame them? Her bold moves have stirred up a storm in Dolton, with critics accusing her of trying to consolidate power while ignoring the rules. It's not just about her appointing her own people either. Her appointments have been blocked by the courts, meaning they can't even show up for work at Village Hall.
Last month, the judge issued a temporary restraining order blocking her from making those appointments without approval from trustees.
But here's the kicker: one of her appointees, Ronnie Birchstar, the guy she tried to install as the new police chief, has refused to hand over his keys, badge, or uniform despite the court's order. That's like straight out of a movie scene, except it's happening in real life, and it's messing with the whole town. But let's rewind a bit, because Henyard's troubles didn't just start with this restraining order. Oh no, this scandal has layers. Rumor has it that Henyard's been under federal investigation since November of last year, with a grand jury looking into some seriously shady dealings. And as if all that wasn't enough, she's got an eviction notice hanging over her head. Yeah, you heard that right, the mayor herself is facing eviction. According to reports, she and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, are being sued by their landlord for back rent. The amount, a cool $3,300. Not exactly chump change, but you'd think a mayor wouldn't be behind on her rent, right? Well, Henyard claims it's all a misunderstanding, but court records show otherwise. She's set to appear in court later this month, and it's safe to say that's not going to be a fun day for her.
No reason for anyone from a township to go to a mayor's conference. A mayor's conference is a mayor's conference for mayors.
If you're wondering how Henyard's gotten herself into such a mess, let's dive into some history. Her rise to power wasn't exactly smooth, but once she became mayor, she wasted no time making waves. Some say she saw a role as a golden opportunity to climb the ladder of power. And boy, did she climb. She's been accused of using her position for personal gain, with taxpayers footing the bill for her lavish lifestyle. Just recently, WGN Investigates dropped a bombshell report showing that Henyard spent more than $85,000 on a block party in collaboration with Thornton Township. $85,000 for a party. And get this, it's not just parties she's been spending money on. Henyard's been accused of taking luxury trips to Las Vegas, splurging on luxury cars, and wait for it, making over $400,000 worth of purchases on Amazon in a single day. $400,000 on Amazon? You almost have to wonder what was in those shopping carts.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there won't be anything. It will just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
But it doesn't stop there. Henyard's been under fire for inflating the village's police budget, which Bush's claim was just to cover, for giving herself a personal security detail. Yeah, that's right, taxpayers have been footing the bill for her own little army of bodyguards. And who can forget the mess with the village's finances? Lori Lightfoot, yes, the former mayor of Chicago herself, was brought in to investigate Henyard's spending habits. What she found, the village's general fund was in the red, $3.65 million in the red. So not only is Henyard facing legal battles, but she's also left Dolton in financial ruin. It's a disaster on all fronts.
Deep debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Now, of course, the trustees aren't sitting by quietly. They've been fighting back hard, trying to rein in Henyard's spending and power grabs. But it's been like playing whack-a-mole with a political mastermind who just won't quit. Every time they try to shut her down, she finds another way to stir up trouble. Recently, they managed to get a judge to issue injunction against her, preventing her from making any new appointments without their approval. But does Henyard care? Not one bit. She's out here throwing around accusations, even calling some of the trustees plants trying to stir up drama. Classic move, right? Deflect the blame and paint yourself as the victim. But at this point, not many people are buying it.
Sometimes we get invoices, but those invoices lead to more questions, and sometimes we don't get answers to those questions. And so it's not about clickbait, it's about just making sure the right thing is.
Speaking of drama, let's talk about what happened during a recent village board meeting. Picture this, most of the trustees didn't show up, so the meeting was canceled. Most people would have left it at that, but not Tiffany. She saw her opportunity and seized it, appointing a new village administrator, an attorney on the spot, as if daring the trustees to stop her. To add even more spice, she brought her lawyer along, and let's just say he didn't mince words, calling out the absent trustees for failing to do their jobs. But here's the thing, those appointments. Totally invalid. No quorum means no decisions can be made, but Tiffany's out here acting like she's still calling the shots. It's wild, and the whole town's watching in disbelief.
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, rumors started swirling that Henyard's right-hand man, Keith Freeman, might be cooperating with federal investigators. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Freeman's been by Henyard's side for years, helping her with everything from running the village to allegedly covering up some of her more questionable moves. But now it looks like their relationship is on the rocks. Freeman's facing his own legal challenges. He's been charged with bankruptcy fraud, accused of hiding assets, and lying about his income. So it's no surprise that when the FBI came knocking, Freeman might have decided to cut a deal. And if that's true, Henyard's in big trouble. Freeman reportedly has all the dirt on her, from financial mismanagement to who knows what else.
One way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing here.
Meanwhile, the trustees aren't backing down either. Trustee Jason House has made it clear that Henyard's latest appointments are void and that her game is up. But Tiffany's not going down without a fight. She's doubling down, telling anyone who will listen that she's the one being targeted by a smear campaign. And while she's at it, she's painting herself as the savior of Dolton, claiming she's the one who's been cleaning up the village. We mean, sure, maybe in some alternate reality, but in the real world, people aren't buying it. So even her former allies are turning on her. Just look at trustee Carmen Carlisle, who used to be in Henyard's corner but has now come forward, accusing the mayor of unethical behavior. According to Carlisle, Henyard has been manipulating people and abusing her power for years. It's a major blow for Henyard, who's already struggling to keep her head above water. As the saga continues to unfold, residents are growing more and more frustrated. Henyard's antics have left the village in shambles and the people are fed up, demanding accountability, but so far, all they're getting is more drama. The FBI is still investigating, and it seems like it's only a matter of time before more shoes drop. And let's not forget about that eviction notice. It's just one more scandal in a long line of controversies that's left Henyard's reputation in tatters.
Mayor Henyard fired her chief of police late last year without any approval from the village board. So now Robert Collins has filed a lawsuit against the village.
But here's the million-dollar question. How did Henyard even get here? How does someone like Tiffany Henyard, who's now facing legal battles, eviction, and multiple investigations, rise to the top in the first place? It seems like she played the game well, at least for a while. She built up her power base, made strategic alliances, and bulldozed her way through anyone who got in her path. But as we've seen time and time again, when you climb too high go fast. The fall is inevitable. Henyard's rapid ascent to power came with a price, and now that price is coming due. Fans and critics alike are chiming in on social media, and let's just say they're not holding back. One commenter wrote, "Since a lot of money is missing, I'm sure she stashed and hid money, and wouldn't be surprised if she tries to bounce up out to there and try to go in hiding, but she ain't gonna go out that easy. She's gonna make it difficult for everyone and the citizens before she's done." It's a sentiment shared by many who see Henyard as someone who will fight tooth and nail to keep her power, no matter the cost. Another fan had a different take, poking fun at her situation with this hilarious comment. Big Tiff gonna be struggling to find quality weaves and wigs in federal prison. I pity any rat or rodent she comes across while incarcerated. They'll all be bald. It's moments like these that show just how invested people are in this saga. They're watching every twist and turn, eager to see what happens next. And with Henyard's track record, there's bound to be more drama on the horizon.
This administration is shameful. Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
As the dust continues to settle, one thing's for sure, Tiffany Henyard's days of unchecked power are numbered. The legal battles are piling up, her allies are jumping ship, and the FBI is breathing down her neck. Will she finally face the consequences of her actions? Or will she somehow manage to wriggle out of this mess? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this is one story that's far from over. So stay tuned, because the drama in Dolton is just heating up, and we're all here for it. What do you think? Is this the end of the road for Henyard? Or does she still have a few tricks up her sleeve? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you in the next one.